Hello, my YouTube friend Pop Comics here, and today we have another giant 1990s comic book collection that I have to go through. It's more comic books from the same guy, so this is the third purchase from him. This is just kind of how it works a lot of times. When people start selling to my store, sometimes they'll bring in a smaller stack just to kind of feel me out to see if I'm fair. And then they're happy with what I give them, so they bring me more and then bring me even more. So in today's video, it's about the same as last time. It's another maybe 1,200 comic books, but this time he brought a lot more of the key issues. Okay, let's go through the comic books. Okay, so I bought more comic books from the same guy again. More 90s stuff. This is gonna be fun. I got boxed these up into long boxes, and then in a few seconds, or it'll be a day later for me, I'll actually show you all the comic books I bought. He actually brought out the key issues this time, which we'll take a little sneak peek here. So yeah, he actually, the stuff that his friend had pulled out of value, we agreed to a price on that, so I was actually really happy that I get more excited when there's actually comics of value and things that are interesting than just kind of cheap filler stuff. Even though the cheap filler stuff I want as well if I don't own it. And then I think that's a little bit better stuff right there. So I had to put them all in boxes yesterday, so I moved them all from the front here into boxes. And now we're gonna go through them. I believe 2 or 3 of the boxes are the 10-cent comic books, the ones I paid really cheap on. I have one box here that's half a box that I paid $300 for. And I think there's another box, maybe a box and a half, that are ones I paid 33 cents. Okay, so let's start going through these. Okay, so this box, there's one stack I paid $150 for, and then there's a single comic book I paid $65, and one I paid $75. I forget, and there's a couple more. But anyway, the total, they negotiated a little bit higher than I offered, so it ended up costing me $335 for this box. All right, let's go through these comics. Okay, first stack of comics. We have Web of Spider-Man number 90. I think this is like the cameo first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Nightwing number 1. I think a lot of these in the front here are ones I paid maybe $2 each on average, because just it was getting late in the day and I kind of just made a bulk offer on what was left of the stuff he thought had value. All these comic books were ones that his friend had pulled out, so when he was trying to sell it to me in the first place, it wasn't the ones that were of value. This one's damaged though, so it doesn't really have a lot of value, but it's a really awesome Arthur Adams cover. Love that one. Batman, Lobo, Elseworlds. Let me know if any of these first like 20 or so are worth more than maybe $5. What If Elektra Had Lived, number 35. Web of Spider-Man number 8. Amazing Spider-Man 323. Justice League of America 31, Adam Hughes cover. Doctor Strange number 6. What If number 4. Quasar number 30. Dilton Strange Science number 1. This one, it's got like mold on it, but I think it's on the bag, not the comic. I'll have to throw that out and get a new bag on board for that. Okay. Next we have Amazing Spider-Man 339. This is the kind of stuff I would love to buy tons of, because this is the kind of stuff that just blows out when I get it. Amazing Spider-Man 356. Warlock 8. Silver Surfer number 1. Like some of these, this is a bit worn, so it's not in the best shape, so it's probably not worth the most. X-Men 1, this one, I just get it so often. I might be able to get 2 or 3 out of it. Marvel Age 82. Okay, so now we're getting to the ones that I paid more for. Amazing Spider-Man 410. I think this was like a $10, $15 issue. Amazing Spider-Man 359, the first cameo appearance of Carnage. This one has a bit of value. Thor 411, this is the first cameo of the New Warriors. This is the one I was looking for before. I thought I might have bought it, but I didn't. Bought it this time. Thanos Quest number 1, awesome key issue. This one I was excited for because I was still looking for it. Doom Patrol 19, the first appearance of Crazy Jane. That one was awesome. Ghost Rider number 1. Knights of Pendragon number 1. I don't think this one was worth anything. I don't remember if I paid anything for that. Okay. Okay, we're back to the ones I was paying cheap on. Daredevil 270. These got mixed up a little bit. Not cheap, but maybe like $1 to $2 a piece on average. Infinity Gauntlet number 5. Wonder Woman 155, Adam Hughes cover. These are always popular. Ninja Turtles 25. Love getting the original Ninja Turtle series. X-Men 193. I think this is the second Warpath first appearance. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade number 1. Indiana Jones stuff is always in demand. Solar Man of the Atom number 3. I think this is one of the earlier ones that are worth a little bit more. This is cool. Sandman number 13. This one definitely has some value. Spectacular Spider-Man 158, the first Cosmic Spider-Man. Akira number 6, love Akira a ton. Akira 24. Okay, I'm gonna move these. Okay, next stack. We have Amazing Spider-Man 315. This is technically the first Venom cover appearance. Just like with the little, so that one's got some value. Another 410, again, $10-15 issue. Adam Hughes, Wonder Woman, number 168. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1. I think this is the ongoing series, not the limited series. I always forget which one is which. Avengers 109, kind of a lower grade though, therefore it wasn't worth as much as it could have been. Wonder Woman 157, Adam Hughes cover. Giant size special Captain Marvel number 1. I think that one's going up a bit. Sandman 4. I think this is the first appearance of Lucifer. So that one's got some value. Amazing Spider-Man 325. Any McFarlane Spider-Mans are always, good to have in the shop. Hulk 300, awesome cover. Love that one. Amazing Spider-Man 317, another awesome McFarlane cover. Amazing Spider-Man 365, the first full appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Marvel Age 74, Moon Knight appearance. Thor 229, this one is very low grade, otherwise it would be worth a ton more. Infinity Gauntlet number 4. Elseworlds Nosferatu. Okay, Spider-Man 316, I think this one was one I paid $75 for. It's probably like an 8.0, so it's probably worth like 120-ish. And then Batman Beyond number 1, first appearance of Batman Beyond. That one I think was $65. So these are the two big boys in the collection. So it's really nice that he actually brought me the comics of value, and it wasn't just cheap stuff this time. Okay, now we have in this box, this was all ones I paid 33 cents for each. And then in the front here were a stack I paid $175. So more better stuff. Let's go through these, then I'll go through those. Okay, first stack. We have Tales of the Teen Titans Starfire number 4. Air Raiders number 5. G.I. Joe 97. 80s G.I. Joes are always good for my shop. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade number 3. Dark Shadows number 2. Joker's Mask number 2. Harley cover. This would be worth more, but it's got like a rub right there, so it's lower grade. Flash Annual 12. Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters trade paperback. Real Ghostbusters number 18. The Ghostbusters comics always do well for me. Robotech 36. The Hobbit trade paperback. Mars Attacks number 5. That one's super cool. Outlanders book 18. That's cool. I like the Outlanders books. The Flintstones number 5. Shazam number 1. This would be worth more, but it's got a lot of soiling on the cover. Okay, stack number 2. We have a, let's see, Queen's Gambit 1 Vampirella comic. Hellblazer 79. Dark Horse Presents 42. I really like the Dark Horse Presents comics. Number 54. Slimer number 1. I think I sold a whole bunch of these for $4 a piece a few years ago. This goes to one comic book. Curse of Dracula number 1. Judge Dredd's 31. Always loved Judge Dredd. Batman 80-page giant number 1. Lobo, Death, and Taxes number 1. Love the cover on that one. Huntress number 4. Doom Patrol 37. Hellblazer 25. Swamp Thing 85. Doom Patrol 24. Lady Death number 3. Tales from the Crypt number 9. X-Files number 1. Astro Boy number 14. Oops, we have 3 copies of that. That'll be easy to sort. Even if I'm, I think I might be keeping it, but I can put 2 out right away. Number 13. Superman Forever number 1. It's a lenticular, not the best lenticular. Kind of, I don't know, it's like faded or something. Total Recall movie special number 1. Love Total Recall. Dread Rules number 8. Okay, let me clear these. Okay, next stack. We have Vampirella Revelations number 3. Claw, like this one is a little bit, it has a rolled spine and stuff, so I'll probably only be able to get $1 out of it. If I'm selling it, I might be keeping it. Klaus number 2. That's cool. Cerebus 120. I like the Cerebus stuff. I need to get a lot more issues for my run. Gru Chronicles number 5. Robotech 2, The Sentinels number 3. Grendel Tales number 1. Vampirella Pinup Special number 1. Adam Hughes cover. That one probably has a bit more value to it. Swamp Thing 146. Really fun cover. Werewolf by Night Special number 5. I feel like this looks kind of like the... Did they do a trailer for the new show that looked, like an image that looks sort of like this? This one might have some value to it. especially with the series coming out, or special coming out. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen number 5. Dark Horse Presents number 33. X-Files number 20. Species number 1. Tell you the truth, in my shop, since I'm a pop culture shop and not really just like a comic shop, stuff like the X-Files, Species, not that, but like Ghostbusters, the pop culture icons, that's the kind of stuff that does really well for me. So I don't mind buying stuff like that for the shop. Star Blazers number 5. Ghost number 6. Married with Children. See, like Married with Children, I'd probably be more able to sell that than I am Ghost. Doom Patrol number 34. I love that cover. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons number 3. I think this one has a little bit of value. Grendel, Black, White, and Red. That's cool. Terminator number 1. Terminator number 12. Terminator, just a trade paperback. Terminator, The Enemy Within number 2 with a fun cover. Terminator number 7. I do really like these Terminator comics. Terminator, Enemy Within number 1. Vampirella number 6. Dark Horse Presents number 20. That's the newer series. Let's see, Wayward number 14. Okay, we got Creepy number 11. I really like the covers on these Creepies. I think I need to work on putting the rest of that set together. Speed Racer 14. Airboy 49. That's kind of an awesome cover. Outlanders 11. I do like the artwork in those. Cerebus in Hell number 3. Cyber 7 number 1. Not really worth too much, but I do like the artwork. Flaming Carrots 23. That's pretty cool. Havoc Wolverine Meltdown. Army of Darkness Xena Warrior Princess. That's fun. I kind of like the mashup comics like that. Flash Gordon number 1. Or King Cross Flash Gordon. Swamp Thing number 10. Aliens number 2. Flaming Carrot Comics number 22. I really want to work on that run. That's something I might start trying to put together. Terminator number 13. Creepy book 3. Blood Sword Dynasty number 7. I do like the Manuel stuff. Judge Dredd 47. Hellraiser 3. Horror stuff always does well for me. The Mask World Tour number 3. Cerebus 118. Okay, next stack. We got Grendel 28. Star Blazers number 2. Kabuki number 8 with the awesome David Mack cover. Love that. This is a more like fully rendered work art. Although I guess all his artwork is more, but I'm just saying it's like it's the whole image instead of just like lots of negative space. Very interesting. That's cool. Zen Intergalactic Ninja Volume 3 number 2. Buddha's Palm number 12. Do love the manual every time I see it. Swamp Thing 29. Arkham and Silent Tales of Madness number 1. Huntress number 5. Terminator number 11. Number 8. Number 10. Number 9. Lots of Terminator comics, which is great. Judge Dredd 41. I do want to put this one together, so I like that there's a lot in this collection. Dark Horse Presents 140 with an Aliens cover. That's cool. X-Files 40. Swamp Thing 98. Lobo Blazing Chains of Love. That's is it? No, it's just a regular comic book. Awesome cover. Doom Patrol 31. Future Quest number 2. I thought that was a fun cover. Wacky Raceland number 3. That's a beautiful cover. Doom Patrol 26. Awesome cover. Swamp Thing 82. Awesome cover. Okay, let me clear those out. Okay, next stack. We got Kabuki Agents number 4. I really like this cover. I'm not sure who did the artwork, but just looks like a lot of fun to me. Fall of Cthulhu number 1. Do like the horror stuff. Witching Hour. Just a trade paperback with a fun cover like that. Buddha's Palm 16. Love the manual. Cerebus 119. You guys know I'm kind of working on that run, so I pick them out of dollar bins and whatnot. Outlanders number 12. Forescape War Torn number 1. Roger Rabbit number 4. Robotech 2, The Sentinels number 2. Captain Harlock number 2. I do like Captain Harlock. Ninja High School number 20. I like that too. I like the 80s manga stuff a lot. Robotech 2, The Sentinels number 6. Number 7. The Flintstones number 23. This one has a lot of water stains, otherwise it'd be worth more. Grendel number 30. I do like in the Grendel comic books. Fright Night 13. Fright Night 12. Lost in Space number 8. King Zombie #1. I thought that was a cool looking comic book. Airboy 46, fun cover. Ghostbusters #2. Drunken Fist 16, or Manoir. Aliens Genocide what was that, #1. Love that, and it has a little concrete there. I love concrete. Hellboy 202, Almost Colossus. RIP #4. I like this cover. I got a couple others from the series. I don't know what the series is. It's TSR, which is a gaming company, but the artwork looks really awesome. Looks like a really awesome horror comic. Cerebus 228, Oriental Heroes 16, The Blood Sword #16. I do like that there's a lot of these Manoirs in the collection, and Zombie World #3. Okay, let me clear these out. Okay, we have Gru, Death and Taxes #2, Tales of the Reanimator #1, Grendel, Devil's Child, Ghost #5, Moonshadow, Judge Dredd 28. I think that's got a lot of Charles Vess artwork, so I kind of like the artwork in those. Time Twister 15, Judge Dredd 35, Tales of the Teen Titans #73. Really nice cover. Hellblazer Annual #1, Zatanna Special #1, Swamp Thing 83, Doom Patrol 58, Dark Knight #64, Doom Patrol 28, Huntress 10, Doom Patrol 48, Swamp Thing 100, Dr. Fate #4, Swamp Thing 124, Dastardly and Muttley #6. That's a fun cover. Young Monsters #1, Legionnaires #16, Adam Hughes cover. All right, another stack. We got Sergeant Rock Special. Genre stuff like this, I usually don't, I don't have a lot of in the shop, but it does sell when I do put it out, but I also really like collecting it. Doom Patrol 23, Tales of the Teen Titans Cyborg #1, Critters 25. I do like that there was a bunch of Critters in this collection. Sergeant Rock Special, there's a few of those in the collection. Drunken Fist 17, Hellblazer 55, Hellblazer 18. I think since Keanu Reeves is coming back for another Constantine movie, I think these will start peaking in value again. Swamp Thing #122, Hellblazer 36, Hellblazer 89, Hellblazer 217, 2099 AD Apocalypse, foil cover. I have a lot of people who will buy the foil cover stuff because people are still kind of suckers for the gimmick, especially if it's only a couple bucks. Whew. Okay, let me clear these. Okay, and then one more stack of the stuff I paid 33 cents for. Doom Patrol 51. I gotta sort these out and figure out what I still need. I'd like to finish that run. Hellblazer 35, Hellblazer 52, 57, 89. That's kind of a cool cover. All these have kind of cool covers. 33, 121, Judge Dredd 27, Lost in Space #4, Lost in Space #3, Sergeant Rock Special #3. A few of those. #5, a few of those. A few of these in the collection. Cerebus in Hell #2, #1. Buck Rogers 3 of 4, a really awesome space cover. I love stuff like that. Puppet Master #4. This one probably be worth more, but it's got a fingerprint right there. Warlord of Mars 35. Ash in the Army of Darkness Annual 2014. Huntress #9. Huntress #11. Sergeant Rock Special again. Air Raiders #5. There's a few copies of that. Oops, 3 copies. 4 copies. 5 copies. 6 copies. Alright, I got a lot of those. Wonder Woman #67. Air Raiders #5. A few of those. Robotech 2, The Sentinels #1. G.I. Joe 96. I need more G.I. Joe because they don't really stay in stock. I need to buy like 300. Swamp Thing 86. Ghostbusters 26. Huntress #3. Amethyst #4. I paid 33 cents for one, but there was like 5 of them, so I don't need 5. I just really love the cover on this one. So the rest I think I paid 10 cents for. Okay, and then Miracle Man Family #102. That's really cool. Actually, I haven't seen that one before, and I really like that cover. Okay, so that's those comic books. Okay, here's the next batch of stuff. This is the stuff I paid more for. We have Ashes. I don't know anything about this comic book. It's signed 3 times. I couldn't really find any selling, so I gave him $2 for it. I might have way underpaid, or it might be worthless. A Nightmare on Elm Street, the beginning, #1. That one definitely has some value, like 10 to 20 bucks. Awesome comic book. Deathstroke 15, first appearance of Rose Wilson. So that has a little bit of value. This one's awesome. Shovel Noir #1, Dave Stevens cover. This one is probably like a $20 to $40 issue. Good Girl Art Quarterly #8. That one has a bit of value. The Tick #6, an early issue from the Tick. I love collecting the Tick comic books. I'm always happy to get them in a collection like this. Vertical Winter's Edge #2. I think this one had a little bit of value. Dirty Pair 2 #1. This one has some value. The Dirty Pair 2 issues, there's I think one Dave Stevens cover, and there's a few that are worth some money in that collection. Betty Page, Queen of the Nile #2, Dave Stevens cover. That one's like a $20, $30 issue. Tales Too Terrible to Tell #1. This one I think is like, you know, it's a Tick appearance. I think this one was like a $20-something comic book. The Tick Circus Maximus #2 of 5. I think this is like a $5 issue. We had some graphic novels. We have Conan, the Frost Daughters Giant. That one has some value to it. Superwoman Volume 1. This one I don't think was worth too much. Klaus. This one had a little bit of value. I thought that was pretty cool. And The City on the Edge of Forever, a Harlan Ellison Star Trek story. I thought this was super cool. Yeah, it's a little bit beat up, but you know, I'm just really kind of excited to add this to my collection because it looks cool inside. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, next stack we have Advanced Dungeons and Dragons #1. This is, I think, the first appearance of Dungeons and Dragons in comic book. I forget. I just know I had it in one of my comics of value videos, and I think it's like a $20 to $30 issue. So I was actually really happy to see that. Detective 604. You know, Detective and Batman comics from the 80s are always very sellable. So I'm always happy to see those. Detective 605. I would prefer a collection full of this kind of stuff, just because that's one of the easiest things to sell. V for Vendetta #10. Weird Western Tales #26. Batman Year 3 #436. Tick Big Year 2000 Spectacle. That's cool. Love the early Tick stuff. The Tick Looney Bin preview. The Tick and Arthur #1. I forget how much these were, but I'm thinking they're all worth at least $5. Faust #1. This one actually has a bit of value, 20, 30 bucks. Spawn #2. Like, it might be a $10 issue, but it's so common. I don't like to pay too much for those. Planet of the Apes #16. That's super cool. Star Wars Dark Empire #5. This is the first like clone Palpatine, so that has some value. The Tick and Arthur #4. That one's awesome. The Flash '92, the first appearance of Impulse. This one would be worth more, but it's got a fingerprint right there. Like whoever was reading it, holding it, removed inked with their finger. So in this shape, it's probably like a $5 comic book. And then final stack of the comics of value from this collection, we have Wild Cards #1. This one, you know, went up in value last year, so it has a little bit of value. Okay, we have Wilbur 87, an issue I actually really wanted, but it's in really bad shape. It's got water damage, the spine is damaged, so I might give him $1 for it. Kind of wish it was a higher grade. I realize these higher number Wilburs are actually kind of hard to get for a good price. For some reason, I can get the mid numbers, like the 30s through 60s, but the 80s seem to just keep going for a high price. So this one's probably worth more than I paid. But because the grade was so low, I knew I would be disappointed in it. So I didn't really pay a lot for that. Birds of Prey #1. Cool key issue. Turtles 41. Love getting original series Turtles. Hellraiser graphic novel. Aliens 3 #1. Beetle Bailey #101. I'll pay $1 for most Charltons as long as they're in semi-decent shape, because they're kind of hard to get in decent shape. X-Men Rogue Squadron #2. Sandman, The Doll's House #11. That one's worth a bit. V for Vendetta #9. That one's worth a bit. Star Wars Dark Empire #1. From Beyond the Unknown #5. Also comic book, but in bad shape. I wish it was in better shape. Sandman #2. That one definitely had some value. I think like 20, 30 bucks. Classic Star Wars #8. Sandman #35. I was actually really happy to see some Sandman stuff in this collection. Sandman 31. I really have to see what issues I need, because I know I bought a big collection of them years ago, including #1, but I don't know if I had any missing. Puppet Master #14. Good old school horror stuff is always in demand. Shovel Noir #2. A really awesome Jeff Darrow Bourbon Threat cover. Love this. I mean, it's, I guess technically Shaolin Cowboy before you Shaolin Cowboy. Love that. Awesome comic book. Sandman Master of Dreams #6. I think this might be the first appearance of someone. Not 100% sure. I always forget which ones are the first appearance, but definitely an issue of value. Another Hellraiser graphic novel, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen #5. Okay, so that's all the comic books of value from that box. Okay, so this long box is all stuff I paid 10 cents a piece, so we're gonna blast through this box real quick. Okay, first stack. Lady Death Vampirella. All this chaos stuff is really in high demand. Is that it might be an Adam Hughes cover. It says Hughes 98. It kind of looks like his style, but not as like refined. So some of this stuff might have value. I just don't know what Vox is, so I'm not familiar with it. You guys, like normal, if anyone notices any of these issues that have value, you can point them out and just let me know. Just in my mind, most of these are probably like Fish Police. You might be able to get 3 to 5 for, but it'll be a really hard 3 to 5. So none of this stuff is, even if it's worth something, it's not an easy sell. People are always telling me, oh, Gen 13 this and that is worth something, but the majority of these 90s ones are just not worth anything. Strange Tales #7, that's an awesome cover. Missing Martian, Larry Niven Arm, like I don't even know what half of these are. Scout War Shaman, that's a cool cover. I got a bunch of these in the last batch. So there's a lot of duplicates. Lost Planet, I do kind of like the Eclipse stuff. DN Agent, I need to do a sort of my clips. I have all my first sorted out, so I pulled out like 60 duplicates last night. Clips I have gathered together, but I haven't done like a thorough sort yet, which I need to do soon. Bloodshot. I also have to see which of the more modern Valiants I still need. Book of Lore. I don't know. This, I don't think it's worth anything. Animal Man's cool. Elementals is kind of neat. Leather and Lace. Badlands. Panther. What is that? A comic? Yeah, it is a comic. Okay. Dark Horse Presents 2000. I know there's our first appearance at Dark Horse Presents a Buffy. I think. I don't know if that's the issue. Maybe I missed that one. That one I'm gonna have to double check. DN Agents 13. 14. I do like the covers on the DN Agents. Troll Lords. DN Agents 12. Let's see, number 11. Number 15. And I like Mark Evener wrote these, and he's the person who wrote the Gru comic books, or at least the dialogue, so I like those. May 6th, someone told me that, yeah, this is early Adam Hughes artwork, so these probably have a little bit more value than what I paid. I probably underpaid on that. But that's, again, we negotiated, so I paid him more than my offer. So the few things like this that kind of maybe underpaid, it kind of got covered by the negotiation. She, the Series 8. Subhuman. It's neat looking. Eternal Warriors. Justice Machine 25. I think it was Kyle told me. Okay, we have the Griffin. The new universe stuff, this stuff just doesn't have much value to it. It's stuff, I mean, I like it because I bought it off the newsstand when I was a kid or at the comic shop, but it never really gained any kind of fire. I think they were talking about like doing a new series of these. Maybe I'll bring interest back into these. But these were probably also pretty highly over-published. Star Trek 16. I do like the Star Trek stuff. I don't think it has much value, but I like it. Animal Man with the Brian Boland covers. These probably have a bit more value. I get them pretty often, and I see them in dollar bins a lot, so I don't really pay a ton for them. But I think they're really awesome, honestly. I have them already, though. Otherwise, like if I didn't have them, I probably would have put them in the 3 for $1 pile. But since I have them, I'm just going to pay 10 cents and maybe try to get $2 out of them. But they might also stick around for a very long time. Okay, let me clear these stacks. Okay. Next, the Elvis Mandible Adventures. This is the kind of stuff you just not gonna be able to sell. Fish Police 20, Monolith, Doctor Who. Alright, so the Doctor Who's I was going to put into the 33 cents each because I'm pretty sure I can get $2 or $3 a piece. But a lot of these have like fingerprints or a little bit dirty. So I think these are just destined. Well, I'll probably end up keeping most of them because I don't think I have them. But the resale, like this one's dirty. So resale value on a lot of these is not a lot. Maybe $1 in this condition. So yeah, 10 cents a piece on these. Just because of condition, not because of what it is. Doctor Who is in demand, and people are gonna yell at me for paying so cheap at Doctor Who, but they're dirty. Oh, that's a cool homage cover. Love that one so much. But yeah, these are all dirty. Like I was gonna start like going through them and try to pick out the ones that are in a little bit better shape, but because of the condition, that kind of ruined it for me. But I'll still probably keep them because I do like to read them occasionally, and I kind of keep one of every comic. I do upgrade when I can though. You know, if I get better condition one. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of Doctor Who comic books here, which is pretty awesome. It's fun to get so many because I don't get these that often. All right, Doctor Who 7, 10, Classics Obliterated Mars Attacks #1. This one was awesome. I was like really excited. I was gonna give him $2 or $3, but it's got some water damage on the back there. Oh man, I wish I was in better shape because that one is so cool. Captain Midnight, Swamp Thing 30. Again, like Swamp Things, I usually will pay more, but it's like 30 right there. I might not even paid for that one. Turok 4, Green Hornet, BPRD, Animal Man 29. You like the Jeff Lemire cover, Abe Sapien #11, Warlords of Mars #33, Judge Dredd. Oh. A lot of these just, they weren't in bags and boarded, and they were kind of scuffy or a little bit dirty, kind of lower grade. So like Judge Dredd, I probably would have paid more. Angel and Faith, Dead Squad #1, Dawn Vampirella #1. This one I would have paid more for too, but it's kind of dirty. Vampirella #5, also Jenny Friesen cover. Again, I probably would have paid $1 or $2 for this if it wasn't dirty. Vampirella 3, Elementals. All right, let me clear these. Okay, next stack we have Vampirella #2, The Shadow #3, Torchwood, King Quest. That's kind of a fun looking cover. Hammer of the God #1, Dark Horse Presents #3, The Tick #6. This one I probably didn't pay for because it's water damaged. All right, I'm gonna just go through these a little bit quicker because there's just nothing, you know, it's okay stuff, some kind of interesting stuff, but nothing. You know, Lady Death is kind of cool. I know there's fans of this kind of stuff that'll be like, oh, I would buy that, I'm interested in that. So don't want to skip over that too fast. But just a lot of this is just kind of cheaper stuff. Alien Legions. I do kind of like the painted covers though. They're kind of cool looking. Alien Legion, Video Jack. Okay, go through those. I gotta sort these out too into my method of sorting. 6 from Sirius. Shattered Earth. Sherlock Holmes. Edgar Allan Poe. The Humans. Shattered Earth. I kind of like that cover. The Humans. The New Humans. Bunch of those. X-Mutants. X-Mutants. Scaramouche. Justice Machine. Dr. Tomorrow. Oop, Dr. Robot. It's kind of a little floppy. Without boards on these, they're kind of floppy too. Blade #3. Dark Horse Presents 85. Aftermath. All right, let me clear these out. They're getting a little too floppy. All right, Ultraverse Hard Case. Turok Dinosaur Hunter. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Firearm Ultraverse. Blood of Dracula. Book of the Lore. Right, these are kind of floppy. It's so hard to go through these when they're not bagged and boarded. Cedra. Badger. Scout War Shaman. I do kind of like the covers on this series. They look kind of cool to me, actually. Dark Horse Presents 52. It's damaged, though. Ted McKeever's Metropolis. I kind of like the artwork in this one. It just kind of thick lines and just very interesting and unique. Paul the Samurai. I wish that one was in better shape. That one's water damaged. Okay, we got Vampirella versus Hemorrhage. Vampirella stuff sounds pretty good. You put it out for $1 or $2, people will buy it. But this one is damaged. The Coven, that one's damaged. The ones that were water damaged, I did not pay for. So it's less than 10 cents. And this one I don't think I paid for either because it's damaged. Alright, let's see what we got. Action Comics, Spelljammer. So as you can see, this stuff is just, I mean, the music one probably has some value. I just don't like paying too much for them because they're a very slow sell, even if it's like a $10 issue. And I don't want to deal with having to sell them online. Selling online just is such a pain in the butt, and you have to really take into account the extra work it takes to sell online. And if you have to spend 10, 20, 30 minutes to list something online to get it to sell, it just, you know, you have to add that value. That's a lot of extra expense. Firestorm, Checkmate, Starman. Lots more cheap stuff. What Works Vampirella. 50th anniversary of Dreadstar. Foil cover. They were going crazy there first. Paranoia #1. That one looks kind of cool. The American. Wild Nights. That one actually looks kind of fun. Atomic Bombs. Bad Tabitha. God awful cover. Terra Obscura. Death, a Super Babe. Black Hood. Ambush Bug number 4. Dragon Lance. Hawk and Dove 6. Manhunter. Okay, let me clear these. Okay, next stack. More of these really awesome Brian Boland Animal Man. I'm going to highlight those just because I think they're cool covers. I don't sell them very well. A Paranoia. Although I never really made a Brian Boland section in my shop. I should probably do that. Vampirotica. The Wicked Witch. Man Thing. Chastity. I know a few people point out that they like the Chaos stuff. Vampirotica. Lady Death. Which I kind of like it too. I do collect it. I have a bunch of it in my collection. Miracle Squad number 2, kind of like that cover. Boris the Bear number 22. The Team Nippon. Oh, the Team Nippon. This one has like some nudity. This one's weird. I don't know what's going on. I guess these are dudes. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on with that weird comic book. Time Jump War. The World Below. Buffy number 5. I kind of like the cover on that one. Vampy Fight Club Free Comic Book Day, kind of damaged though. Jake Thrash. This one, the bag is dirty. I need to swap that out. Light and Darkness War. That one actually looks kind of cool. American Flag 19, 15. Haro Country Elementals. Interface. The New Humans. Leather and Lace. Wildcats 1. I probably have like 100 of these right now. Nexus 2. Knights of the Dinner Table. Elf Lord number 1. Oh, that one might have a little bit of value since it's number 1, and this has like 90 issues in the series or more. Okay, next we have Doctor Who. Got a lot more Doctor Who. This one is really dirty. I gotta see that clean up. Poison. This one might have some value because the music stuff does tend to have a little bit of value. These ones were water damage. Swamp Thing, cool cover, a little bit damaged. Lady Death, a little bit damaged. All these kind of loose without bags were water damage or just dusty or dirty. Fox number 1, that one looks kind of cool. Okay, The Wasteland. Fish Police 20. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Lots of Doctor Who, which is kind of cool. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. This one's coverless, or it's a cover only. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. And Dark Horse presents number 131. Okay, next stack we have Smiley Psychedelic Button Anti Holiday Special. This one might have value. Sometimes this weird stuff like this has value. The Foot Soldiers number 1. Nexus 5. Hellblazer. Hellblazer. These were a little bit lower quality. Hellblazer. Nightwing, Night Force. The Coven. No Bags and Boards are floppy. Let's see. Magnus Robot Fighter. Sherlock Holmes. Warhawks. The Intruder. Another one of these TSR comic books. These I'm just not familiar with. Alright, let me clear these. Okay, another stack. We got Challengers of the Unknown. Sonic Disruptors. A couple of those. Dragonlance. Scout War Shaman. These have really grown on me. I really like the cover. Like, it just looks really epic. I kind of want to read that series. Archer Armstrong 0. That one I think they printed like a bajillion of. Deep Space 99, Robin 45, Gilgamesh, Razor She, New Titans, Mantra, Lost Planet. This one is dirty and damaged. Otherwise, it's kind of a cool looking issue. Open Space, Forgotten Realms number 1, Starman 26, Emerald Dawn 1, Legion of Superheroes 57, The Maze Annual number 1. Motley Crue, this one might have some value to it. Van Halen. Justice Machine 29. Whisper 31. Dracula Vlad the Impaler number 1. Alright, let me clear those. Okay, and one more stack of the cheaper ones. We got The Humans number 6. These kind of intrigue me. I'm gonna have to look at that series a little bit. The Score Book 1. Vampire versus Vampirotica. To Be Announced number 4. Something like this might have value. Sometimes this indie stuff is kind of expensive because it's rare or there's like a cult following. Monster Men, but off the top of my head, I just didn't think it was worth anything. Vampirotica, Knights of the Dinner Table, that one's damaged. Oh, that one's backwards. Next Men number 6. Shadow Strikes. New Gods 13, there's like a whole bunch of those. Oh, still a whole bunch of those. Action Comics 677. Action Comics Annual. Superman. Alright, just gonna blast through these a little bit. Green Arrow. Okay, so that's everything in that box. Alright, this is another box of stuff. I paid 10 cents a piece. Again, as we're going through them real quick, if you notice anything that's worth more than like $3 to $5 at max, let me know. I want to know if I missed anything of value as I went through them. Alright, stack 1. We have Legionnaire 66, Starman, Screamer, Dragonlance, The Question, Vietnam Journal, Nexus. Okay, I'm just going to go through these a lot quicker, because all of this stuff is just kind of cheaper DC stuff, cheaper indie stuff. I don't think any of this was exciting to me. Sisterhood of Steel. I do like this one, the Ted McKeever's Plastic Forks. The artwork's kind of fun in there. Lucifer #1. This actually might be worth something. I wasn't thinking, I probably just blasted through that. This one I think actually has value. Let me know how much you think that one is worth. Elementals, Humans, Titan, Silverblade, American Flag, Lobo, Hawk and Dove, Dungeons and Dragons, Starman, The Question. Right, I'm just gonna blast through these. And I don't know, do you guys like it when I just go through the really cheap stuff like this? Maybe it's kind of fun to see if there's something I missed. Or is it fun just to see a whole bunch of comic books at once? Let me know in the comments below if I should, if I get collection like this, if you want to see all the cheap stuff, or should I just show you the kind of better stuff? I do kind of like that cover. Because I don't know, I mean, it's kind of fun to go through all of it again, because I do love comic books and just seeing all the different art and stuff. But I don't know if it's boring just to see a lot of kind of like less interesting stuff. I know some people love this kind of stuff, so maybe it works for you. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure where I want to go with the channel. I do think I want to start showing a lot more of the collections like this. A lot of times I just don't show collections like this because it's a lot of boring stuff. I end up buying a lot of collections like this that I just don't show you guys because it's kind of boring, except for the key issues. And those I'll pull out and I'll show you guys, or just box them up and show you later. So I don't know if you guys want me to continue to show kind of these cheaper comic books, I can do that, because I do get a lot of collections like this. All right, let me clear these. Which means I also do a lot of just, I bulk sell a lot of this stuff. Just find people that want just a whole bunch of like 80s and 90s comics for cheap. Not as cheap as I pay, but cheap. Hawk and Dove is fun. And I do, I want to collect all of it. So if I don't have it, I end up adding a lot of this to my collection. But a lot of this stuff I have already. I have so many comic books. I probably have close to 100,000 comic books, maybe. Not 100% sure. I just keep buying them in big piles like this as fast as I can. I just need a bigger space. Deadman, that's a kind of cool book. Spectre, Dungeons and Dragons. I think, #1 is going up in value. I don't know if the rest of the series has any value yet. Baby. Gamma Rotters. I haven't even heard of that one. Warlord #5. Starman. Yeah, just going to blast through these. Tail Gunner. I'll get kind of bored going through kind of this cheaper stuff. Because it's not, well, I mean, like Buffy #11. I like Buffy, so that's a cool comic book. I do like Lady Death, so there is some stuff in here that I find awesome. Or this is awesome. Puppet Master. But it's badly water damaged, so I didn't pay anything for that. Miracle Man's cool. I do like Hellboy. So yeah, I guess there is stuff in here I do like. So I'll go through all of it. American Flag. I like the first stuff. I just have all of it. So it's not as exciting for me if I'm not adding it to my collection. Is that Wild Dog's first appearance? I forget. This issue might have a little bit of value. I know when he showed up in the Arrow show, the value really jumped. But I don't think it's worth too much these days. These I don't think have much value. Deathstroke is cool. Sam Marie. Okay, next handful. Justice League 35 more. I don't know if this covers Adam Hughes, but he's in the issue at least. Wanderers. I sort of like the covers on those. More 90s holographic goodness. Galaxy Quest. This is super cool, but low grade. Otherwise, I would have paid more. Time Twisters. I do like that cover. I do like the covers on this series. I did keep, I paid more I paid 33 cents, I believe, for one of each. But the ones that I have to sell, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get $1 or $2 out of them. It might be hard. Yeah, yep. Nothing of excitement here. El Diablo, okay, Tail Gunner. I just don't know if there's any interest in Tail Gunner. All right, let me clear these. Okay, next stack. See if anything jumps out as exciting. I do like Mr. Miracle. The Spectre is kind of cool. Gamma Marauder's not familiar. Forever People's cool. Black Canary is kind of cool. I do like Star Trek. You know, Next Generation #1 might have a little bit of value. I just want to see Star Trek comic books. I just know how hard they are to sell, so I don't really... they just go into the, oh, not sellable, let me not pay too much kind of pile. Even though I love them, I just, I don't like to pay for them. Justice League, these are floppy. New Guns, Justice League. Yeah, this 90s DC stuff, there's just not a ton of demand for it. Okay. Slash or Rod. I don't know if there's any value in that. Thriller, a bunch of Thriller. Birds of Prey, that's kind of cool. That one's probably worth more than what I paid. You know, I'll probably be able to get 2 or 3 out of that one. Dungeons & Dragons, New Guardians. Okay. Secret Origins, Checkmate, Secret Origins. Again, if you see anything in these piles that you know is like a $10 issue, let me know. Off the top of my head, I don't know if any of these, and if they are value, I'd like to add it to my, you know, brain power of things that I know have value that I want to be on the lookout for. But off the top of my head, I just don't think any of these have value. But there always is 1 or 2 issues that I missed that have value, and I really appreciate when you guys point it out. Checkmate 22, that's is that Peacemaker? So that's kind of cool, actually. That one might have a little bit of value. But Sonic Disruptor, I don't know if any of those have value. Oh, I did pay 33 cents for a few of these. I probably just decided at that point that I had bought too many. 1 or 2, that's great. 10, 15 might be a little bit harder to get $2 or $3 each. This one was damaged, otherwise I would have paid a little bit more for that. Hawk and Dove, Future Quest, Birds of Prey, Creature Commandos. Okay, that's that. Okay, next stack. We have Nightwing, Tail Gunner, oops, a whole bunch of those. More Tail, so many of these Tail Gunner comics. Those, I don't think any of those have value. Not that I know of, maybe. Is this a $5,000 comic book? I don't think so. Tail Gunner. Shadow Strikes, that's kind of cool. The Wanderers, Sovereign 7. Yeah, this stuff is just cheapo stuff. Yeah, all cheapo stuff. Okay, another stack. We have Silverblade, Deep Space 9, Lobo. Lobo's kind of cool. Legion of Superheroes, Firestorm, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Belljammer, Unknown Soldier, Brave and Bold, Hawk World, Blaster Special, Animal Man. I mean, Animal Man with the bowling covers is really cool. I just don't think it sells that well. Sandman Mystery Theater. This is actually probably worth more. I probably should have paid a little bit more on that. But again, he negotiated a higher price. So the few things I did miss, I did end up paying for. Hero Hotline, Tail Gunner. Okay, these are boring. Is this the most boring part of the video? Kinda. But this, tell you the truth, when you buy and sell comic books, a collection like this is what you're going to see the most often. It's not going to be just a big pile of Silver Age awesomeness every time. In fact, the better your collection, the more like key issues, Grail, Silver Age stuff, the less likely you're going to want to sell it cheap. So when you buy and sell in bulk, you're going to end up with a lot more of this kind of stuff. And so you just have to find a way to easily sell this kind of stuff to try to make a little bit of a profit, because this is the stuff you're going to be able to get. And you'll get some key issues, but you have to be willing to get a lot of this junk to get the key issues. Because if you want to buy just the key issues, I know some stores will do that where you bring in like 10 long boxes and they'll pull out 30 key issues and try to buy just those, which is fine. But to me, that feels a little bit sleazy, because you leave the person with a whole bunch of junk and they're just trying to get rid of the junk usually. But also, it's a lot of people just scoff at that, and you're less likely to be able to get those key issues. So if you, I mean, this is kind of cool, George Perez's artwork. So if you can find a way to like deal with this cheap stuff, then there's a lot more access to this. There's thousands of collections like this, just full of junk. that has some nice stuff mixed in, if you can figure out a way to sell the cheap stuff, then you're doing pretty well. Or you have a lot more opportunity. Okay, then we have one more box of cheap 10-cent stuff. Let's blast through these two. Okay, first stack. The covers on the St. George look kind of cool, and the Alien Legion are kind of cool. Demon. Okay, we're just gonna go through these real quick, just because I don't, you know, I paid 10 cents a piece. So I don't think there's anything in here that I was super excited for. Again, though, the Brian Boland and Animal Mans are really cool. Like, I kind of wish they were worth more, or I feel like they should be worth more. Okay, next stack. Teen Titans. The Titan stuff is cool. Not really super valuable or anything, but I really enjoy them. I think they're awesome. Love the new Teen Titans. I mean, that cover's pretty awesome. Titans. That's a cool cover too. New Universe though, it just does not sell for. This is the kind of thing where I have to sell like 100 issues for 50 bucks. And there are some people that will buy 100 issues for 50 bucks. That's how I sell them. Okay, next stack. New Universe. New Universe. New Universe. Yeah, okay. That's a kind of a fun cover, Doc Savage. I do like Lone Wolf and Cub a lot. That's cool. Whisper is kind of neat. I already bought like 30 of these from Badger, Nexus. A lot of first stuff. I do kind of like the first stuff. I own most of it, so it's not as exciting for me because I know, you know, if I don't have it, I'm actually happy to have it. But if I do have it, I need to sell it. Again, I'm gonna have to bulk sell it. It's not gonna be something where I can put them out for like $1 or $2 and they'll sell. They might slowly over years, but I could, for everyone I sell, I could probably buy 20 and really overload on this stuff. Yeah, I think I already have like 10 copies of that he sold me. A bunch of these. I do really like that cover though. Tomorrow Nights. It's a kind of a fun cover. Sleaze Brothers. That's kind of fun. More New Universe. Yeah, so I feel like I paid more for this collection, but there's also more of the, it's like the extremes are higher. The junk is higher. There's more junk. I think 2/3 of it was this cheap 10-cent stuff, but the better stuff was a lot better too. So that's what I want. I want the better stuff. I don't really want this stuff unless you're willing to sell it to me for super duper cheap, because I think 10 cents is very fair on this kind of stuff. This one I would have paid more, but it's water damaged. Doom Patrol is super cool. Amazing Heroes, that one's kind of cool. Zero Tolerance. Okay, let me clear these. Okay, next pile. Secret Origins, Ragman, Mr. Miracle, Elementals, Universe Ablaze, Haywire, Spectre, Our World at War, Silverblade, Robin, Agent El Diablo, El Diablo. I mean, really, people aren't coming in asking me for El Diablo. I know that for sure. New Avengers, Hero Alliance, Ghost Riders, the Mangaverse version. That one might have a little bit of value. I always get these in every collection. Avengers Unplugged, Jonah Hex, Dragonlance, Flash TV special. This one is water damaged, sadly. Gilgamesh, Birds of Prey 32. That's kind of cool. Power Man. Yeah, I guess I don't know if you guys are bored, because I'm bored. I'm just going through these. I'm just like, eh. You know, if I went in a comic shop and this was their dollar bin, I'd be like, eh. It wouldn't be that exciting. Tell you the truth, I don't put a lot of this stuff out because I don't really do dollar bins. I just try to bulk sell them because I don't really want to clog up the store with like Checkmate, because it doesn't sell. Okay, well, let me clear these. Okay, more El Diablo, Doc Savage, New Gods, Doc Savage, Who's Who, Young All-Stars, Champions, Dr. Zero. That's a kind of a cool cover. The Comet, Kid Eternity, Mr. E, kind of like that cover. Cosmic Odyssey, Lobo's cool. Manhunter, Hero Hotline, Checkmate, The Question, Checkmate, Haywire, Screamer, Justice Society, Starman. Okay, we have Was it Tangent Comics, Flash, Eclipso? This is the one with like the gem on the cover. That one's kind of a weird gimmick. Action Comics, Future Quest, kind of a cool cover. Silverblade, Silverhawks, Archer Armstrong 1, Go Man All Rise. I don't even know what that is. Pax Americana, Wild Knights. That cover's kind of fun. The Humans, Shattered Earth. Okay, I feel like I'm just getting exhaustion going through this stuff because it's kind of boring. No Babe, All-Star, JLA, Amethyst. I do really like this cover. I paid 33 cents for one of them, but the rest is gonna be a hard sell for like $2 or $3. Maybe get $1. I really don't like selling dollar comic books in the shop though. Kind of like to have everything be at least $3, so it's kind of worth the space. Everything else I gotta kind of bulk sell. Young All-Stars, a couple of those, a few of those, some kind of ash can, New Titans. I do like the Titans. New Titans, New Gods, Secret Files and Origins, Warlord. Yep, these are floppy without bags and boards. New Gods, 3 of those. Okay, let me clear these. Okay. New Gods. The quality comics are cool though. I do really like those. And like these are cool. I just don't know how sellable they'll be. I'm gonna just make like a Judge Dredd section and just put those in with them. And just see how well it does. Fantastic Four Mangaverse might have a little bit of value. Fright maybe has a little bit of value. Ray. I'm just blasting through these just because I just don't remember there being anything too exciting. And this stuff, when I sorted it out, it was like, I think 500 something comics that were 10 cents, maybe 600. So I offer like $60 for this part of the collection. They wanted to negotiate a little bit. I was just like, you know, this stuff, I don't mind if you want to take it back just because, you know, I just didn't want to pay more than that. Whereas the key issues, I was willing to pay a little bit more on that just because that's the stuff that everyone wants. Power Man. But I do, when I'm buying a collection, I don't like to just pick and choose. I'll buy everything because I don't want to leave. Here's the thing, when someone sells me a collection, I'm doing a favor for them by offering them money for what they want to get rid of. They're doing me a favor by giving me things I could possibly sell. And I feel like if I just pick and choose and I don't buy everything, I'm not helping that person. At the end of the day, I kind of want to help the person. And I know it's a little bit more work to try to find sellers for this cheaper stuff, but at the end of the day, I want to be a person that helps people, you know, get rid of stuff that they don't want. You know, find new homes for all this cool, like Star Trek is cool. I feel like someone out there will want that. So I like trying to find new homes for pop culture, whether it's in demand or it's kind of worthless. And that's just what my business is about. That's why I'm selling VHS tapes, Beanie Babies, records, CDs, DVDs, obsolete media. I love selling that because I love finding homes for people that still appreciate that kind of stuff. Not everyone appreciates it anymore. All right, this is the last pile. And so like this stuff, there's not a lot of people that want it out there, but I know if I make a lot of like 100 DC comics from the 90s, there's gonna be someone who will pay me $50 for that. And that's kind of how I sell them. And I know there'll be people out there that want them. I don't do it every day though. It's like a couple times a year I do a big sort and I try to make up a bunch of lots. I clear out maybe 3,000 to 5,000 comic books and then I go back to hoarding them again. Brian Boland, Animal Man is always a good stuff. I love those. They're just not really worth that much. At least I don't think, every time I try to sell them, they don't really sell very well. Yeah, I'm gonna put another mega epic comic haul right there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.